Hello friends, it's Monday, January 13th. We are here in Encino, California, where the fires are still only maybe 15% contained. We were in an evacuation area that was adjacent to ordered evacuation, but we were not evacuated. At any rate, we just thought we would provide some personal perspective about the fires and about this experience. So, first of all, let me show you what it looks like here at the end of our block today. So the sky is really blue. Beautiful green grass in this park here at the end of our block. People are out with their dogs. There is a bit of a breeze. They say there's going to be a wind event tonight, but it's almost surreal.
Yes, I think that's what's strange, and one of the reasons I suggested we actually do this walk, and that is despite the incredible tragedy that's going on in Los Angeles at this point in time, you can be outside and the city just looks like Los Angeles on a gorgeous day. But I cannot tell you how many people we know who have lost their homes. I just was on a Zoom conference call with 6 people, and every conversation begins with, "Do you still have your house?" And much to my surprise, someone who I didn't know had lost her house said, "Yes, I was in the Palisades for 50 years. My house is gone." Someone else on the call said, "The houses on both sides of me burned down, but my house is still okay." And that's out of a group of 6. So there is this sense of unreality about trying to understand the immensity of the tragedy. It's going to take a long time for it to sink in just how big of a tragedy this is. And it's particularly hard when you're not in the middle of it and you look around you. The skies are clear, there's no smoke, there's a gentle breeze, which is going to turn into near hurricane force winds later this evening. So it's strange. And then you add to that finding, all of your friends who have lost their homes most of them had 2 minutes notice, or they left with an hour's notice and thought, "Oh, we'll be back because we've been evacuated a dozen times before," and nothing's ever
happened. And when they left with an hour's notice, they took nothing. So, some of our friends who've lost their homes literally left with the clothes on their back, and that's it.
Right.
But another thing that Robert and I have been talking about today is the uncertainty of this place that we're in. When we look forward, what will happen? We're thinking about the economy. We're thinking about the floods on those barren mountains that were burned. We're thinking about the workforce that's going to need to be put in place.
Right. So, for example, we're going to need a huge surge in the labor force to help rebuild all of these homes that have been lost. And whatever else you think about it, the construction industry relies on immigrants from Mexico and South America to fuel the construction industry. And they're all going to go, and so there will be a massive labor shortage. We were having a small project done for one of our granddaughters at our kid's house, and we had hired a carpenter to do something. And I was shocked today when the carpenter called back, because I just assumed we would never hear from him again because of the demand for his services. He's a Finnish carpenter, and I said to him, we're surprised to hear, we're grateful and surprised to hear from you given everything that's going on. And he said, "Well, I feel really badly. A lot of my customers have lost their homes, but I'm not going to take advantage of the situation. I'm just going to continue to honor, my commitments to people as best I can. So,
But what it also meant for him is that he lost a lot of work because he's not building the home. He's just working inside of the home, but all those homes are gone now.
And much of it was over in Pacific Palisades.
In the Palisades, yeah. So it is a difficult time, both emotionally and socially. It's hard. Everything is difficult, and our hearts are with those that have lost homes.
Yeah, I mean, we just want to give our concern and blessings, and everything that we can give emotionally, financially, assistance, or whatever we can do. And listen, if you're our friends personally, and you know us, you're our neighbors, and we haven't heard from you, and frankly, I'm now beginning to think that everyone I haven't heard from is presumed to have lost their home. And I'm going to start calling around people. At first I wasn't doing that because I thought, well, they're in an affected area and I don't want to bother them. But, now it's like, we haven't heard from that person in 5 days. What's going on? So reach out to us and let us know you're okay.
Yeah.
We'll start calling around. And I will say, for friends over on the west side, when I have called them, I've gotten busy circuit signal or texts that go through 2 or 3 days later. So communications are inconsistent as well. Let us know how you're doing.
Yes, absolutely.